Good afternoon, Camp Davy Crockett. I'm Hayden.
And I'm not Hayden.
I'm going.
Yeah, you go.
It's your turn.
Okay. And I'm CJ.
Also not Hayden.
Oh, man. And we are the Camp Davy Chronicles. I'm confused now.
So welcome to week 4, or to the podcast episode of week 4. Week 4 is over, but it was a great week.
That's true. Week 4, the 4th week of Thor.
And the 4th of July.
Wow.
Week, which is typically how it goes.
Do you think they planned it that week 4 was on the 4th?
I don't know, but I always remember it that way because it always is.
Yeah.
So
That's fancy.
It is.
It seems like summer camp is going on forever. I feel like last week we were at the halfway point, and now we're past the halfway point, and I feel like we're just getting started.
Yeah, basically. But we've only got 2.5 weeks left.
That's true.
Which is kind of, looking forward, it seems like we're basically done.
Yeah, but we're not.
But not really. We've got
2.5 weeks.
Yeah, we've got hundreds more campers to give a great experience.
That's true.
It doesn't stop until it stops.
Yeah, speaking of a great experience, the first place that they get to see, one of the first places they get to see is the pool.
It is the pool. When they take their swim test.
Yeah, and CJ is one of the smiling faces that's down there greeting them to Camp Davy Crockett.
That is true. That is true. He has a very important role in that regard. So, shout out to all of the troops that were here week 4. You were a great group, and you took your swim test with CJ, supposedly, probably. So, not every one of you did it with CJ specifically, because that would take a really long time if there was only one lifeguard.
CJ sat down there and did all of them.
All of them. I stayed down there till like 2 in the morning doing swim tests.
Probably.
So,
Yep. You should have seen him. It was kind of fascinating.
Doing swim tests in the dark. It was very fun.
Yep.
Anyway, CJ Moore.
Yes.
I was about to say, how old are you? Which is not a question we normally ask. Who are you? And you can say how old you are if you want, I guess. But
well, since you insist, I am 24.
Whoa, you're old.
He is older than we are.
Yeah, that's true. That means you're some old person. You basically got 1 foot in the grave. I'm joking.
Pretty much. So I work on a farm. That's what I do when I'm not here at camp. I'm working on a farm.
Never mind. If he works
farm stuff.
If he works on a farm, he'll live forever.
That's true. It's scientifically proven that if you do anything that's farm related, you're gonna live forever.
Farmers, I'm pretty sure farmers live to be 300.
Yeah.
So good life expectancy. But you also work at Camp Davy Crockett, aka Camp Davy Fun, and I think you would agree it is a pretty fun place. And you have fun while you're here, right?
It is a very fun place, and I do have fun working here, yes.
What do you do when you're here?
I am the aquatics director. So
I
am over the lake and pool.
Oh, big responsibility.
So is that like everywhere that has water?
Everywhere that has a swimming area and lifeguards.
So
activity area.
Okay.
I should say,
if we had a really big puddle
and someone goes and starts jumping in it for fun,
what would you have? Would you have to escort them out of the puddle?
Not really.
Oh man.
What if what about like the fish pond that we're going to use next year? Or do you have to watch them there?
I don't even know where that is.
It's all right. Neither does anybody else.
What about the sailing point? Do you know where that is?
Oh, I do it. Yeah, the point's part of mine too.
Yeah. What's the point?
It's out by the dinosaur where they do all the sailing is out there.
No, like
what's
the point?
Yeah, what is the point?
I don't know what the point is.
Well, the point of week 4 is basically the 4th of July, and the point of the 4th of July is America. And we already had a 4th of July special with Camden, which was pretty great. You should definitely go make sure you listen to that. But just to reiterate, America is great, and we had a great 4th of July. And
That's
we
true.
Still have our USA Duck.
Yeah. We had our 2 4th of July campfires, one on Monday and one on Friday,
True.
which was absolutely awesome. Then on Thursday, we had a 4th of July volleyball game in celebration, and we won. Okay, we won't talk about it this week at all.
Yep,
we won.
We did win.
Yep, if you want to see more about it, go watch it on the YouTube.
It was a great game.
It was a great game.
And
I
then
recorded the whole thing.
CJ did.
That's true. Yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
CJ is our world-renowned, world-famous, semi-professional volleyball, Camp David Chronicles,
Game
video recorder.
Videographer.
Videographer, yeah. That's all on a title somewhere.
Yep. It's on his business card.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you ever need a low production phone holder videographer, CJ's your guy.
Specifically for a volleyball game.
Yeah.
Yeah, specifically for volleyball.
Or maybe chess.
Mm.
There was a chess game going on during the volleyball game.
Was there actually?
Yeah,
like on the court?
Like, like right next to it, or next to us.
Yeah,
I was wondering what those two scouts were doing right in the middle of the court. I just didn't get.
You managed to avoid them very well.
Yeah, well, nobody wanted to ruin what they were doing.
Yep. Anyway, I'm sure the chess game was riveting as well, but I wasn't watching because I had a job to do.
I know that you wanted to, though.
Yep, I was constantly distracted by it.
Yeah.
Actually, I was more distracted by all the American patriotism going on.
That's true. And we had a really good crowd today. Me and Mike were talking about this, I think, or today, Thursday, whatever.
Yeah.
We had a really good crowd again. I think almost all of camp was down there.
I don't know. I mean, it was fewer people, but we also have fewer people on camp. So, I mean, I don't know. But they were still...
Yeah. A little disappointed in the Scoutmaster turnout, but, hey, we had fun.
But yeah, again, fewer people on camp. So
Right.
I feel like the ratio was about the same.
last week.
Yeah.
Or last year.
Yeah. What was funny...
Team with staff.
Yeah, that's true. What's funny is we do the hot dogs and hamburgers on Thursday night.
Yes.
I think we're just doing hot dogs this year.
Yeah, just hot dogs.
Anyways, so we're doing those, and so a lot of people have been going out to eat, and they've been having the same problem that staff has. Is they get overfed. I had two Scoutmasters come up to me today while we were on the range and tell me that they overfed themselves and did not think they could play volleyball.
Yeah. Well.
And so it's all part of the plan.
It's true. But staff also generally has our nicest dinner of the week on Thursday, which, often results in the same issue.
Yeah, we're overfed. And our bellies, our tummies hurt.
Anyway, enough about volleyball. We talk about volleyball a lot here.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't going to try to talk about it.
Yeah, but we hadn't mentioned CJ's camera skills.
Well, I have a story to tell about this past week.
Okay.
And I remember it. And I'm
good.
supposed to do it early in the episode so they don't have to listen to the full episode.
What? Whoever you are, you should still listen because it's going to be a great episode.
They will.
Okay.
But anyways.
Okay.
So over on the range. Now, this is scripted. I just want you to know.
Okay.
I'm going to pre-emphasize this.
Okay.
We had some of the world's greatest rifle users, people who could shoot rifles and people who could shoot shotguns. Their names were Jabez, Nicholas, and Caleb. The greatest shots I have ever seen in my entire life.
Are they really?
No, totally not scripted at all.
They didn't pay you to say this?
Nope, they were the best people in the entire world.
Okay.
Best class I've ever had. I can't say any greater things about them. Just the world-renowned competitioners.
Yeah, and absolutely none of that was facetious.
They didn't. They told me to be 100% honest.
Okay.
And I feel like I was 100% honest with myself. So yeah, if you were one of those three, just know that you have a special place in my heart.
But only if you listen to the rest of the episode.
Yeah, if you don't, I don't care.
You got to hear CJ's interview. It's going to be a great time.
That's
right,
true.
CJ?
It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, what have you done this week? Like that. Let me reword that. CJ, what have you done this week? That still doesn't sound better.
So this week we have been.
I don't mean that to sound mean. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. The mornings from 9 to noon, I'm training lifeguards.
Oh,
all the people who sign up for lifeguard here at Camp Davy Crockett, I train them from 9 to noon every morning. And then usually in the afternoons, I go between lake and pool and see what they need, if they need any help here or there. But this week, I've actually been working with one of the lifeguards that needed just a little bit extra help. But we got her there.
Yeah. So out of pool and lakefront, which one is here and which one is there?
I think pool is here and lake's there.
Okay.
And that makes sense. Lake is further away.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to make sure. I never understand, which one. I like to make sure that I know which one's which.
There. I mean, if staff was still in Gray Scroll and Lake might be here and pool might be there.
That's
Maybe.
True. That's true.
Yeah.
You never know. Anyway, that is a very high responsibility to train lifeguards.
That's true.
It is.
You're guarding lives
That's it.
vicariously through them. Like every single person that they save, you basically save them.
Yep. I don't know if that's how that works.
Not really.
But you can at least have the satisfaction of knowing that you trained them right.
Yeah.
I can't have that, yes.
And then you can be all happy about yourself. But
As
yeah,
long as you did a good job.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, lifeguard class for 3 hours. That's a lot.
It is a lot.
guarding.
It is a lot
Yeah.
of work.
That sounds like more than I would want to do.
Probably.
Is it a full like all week class?
Yes.
Man.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
That is all the days.
That is.
Well, all the days that we have most
And
classes.
after those classes, they've got to do like a certain amount of hours at the pool or
Yes.
lakefront.
So
garden.
they've got to
it's-
do between 2 different events, 2 hours of guarding a BSA event. So they help with open swim, open boat.
So it's
all that
more
kind of
than just the
stuff.
3 hours during
Yeah.
class time.
Man.
And
So-
on top of that, if anyone listening to this is coming in the next few weeks, please come with CPR prepared.
Well, they might not have much time to get that prepared
Yeah,
at this
they
point.
have
But,
But still, you got to really want that. That's a lot of fun.
Mhm.
One thing that I've always wanted to do that I've never done, and I probably never will, but I still in the back of my mind think I should do that, is the 550.
no, I'm never doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell us about your experience with
So-
the old 550.
550, here at the camp, we just swim out to the island and back. Halfway there, you switch strokes. So you start going front crawl or freestyle, whichever one you want to call it. Then you switch to breaststroke. Once you get about to the island, you turn around or you get on your back and do backstroke. And about halfway back, you do side stroke.
Wow.
That's a lot of swimming.
It's a lot of swimming.
In
150 yards.
Yeah. And
Oh,
how many?
I thought it was miles, so that.
No, I've had some people think it was feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, I think in my head I probably would have said it was feet. So
I feel like the only reason I knew it was yards is because we had this conversation of the conversion from yards to miles, and
We
it's
did.
like a
It's like a third. It's like right
Yeah.
close to a third of a mile.
yeah,
okay,
which is still a lot. I barely want to walk that, more or less. Swimming.
yeah. Well, speaking of not walking,
Yeah,
on the 4th of July, we did go to the top of the Bowman Trail
that was fascinating.
to
For fun.
watch fireworks,
Yeah.
and we didn't walk to get there.
Well, we walked like 5 feet outside to get out of the vehicle to like go stand.
But that was really cool. I've been working here for 7 years
Wow.
and never done that,
Yeah.
which is kind of crazy because people do it every year on 4th of July, and I've always heard about it. And every year I've just been like, I'll do it next year. And it's the first time I've actually went. And it's
Yeah, and he wasn't going to go this year. We had to drag him along because I told him it was going to be an experience that he'd never forget.
They
And
tied me to the roof of the truck.
Yeah.
Not really. But yeah, it was really cool you can see all of Morristown from up there basically,
Yeah.
and other places too. And so
Yeah.
you can see like a bazillion fireworks all at the same time. It's crazy.
it's a good time to go at night when there's if there's no fireworks, it's not really pointless. But it's a good time to go at night, and there's a really good trip to go up during the day when you get to see everything.
True.
Have you been up there during the day?
Yes, I've hiked
Yeah, I
the
figured.
trail before, but
Yeah, and this year's a good year to do it because everything has been like mowed and pushed back and everything, and so
That's
it's
true.
not as
That's
grown
true.
up.
the only section like the section at the top where the power lines are, it doesn't have like
Right.
a clear path through, so you have to kind of like walk. Basically, use the power lines as trail
Mhm.
markers and find the other side of the trail.
Yeah.
But it's a cool place, great views.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you go up there, CJ?
I did not.
Have you been up
You
there
missed
before?
out.
I have not been up there yet.
You missed out
You
twice.
gotta do it next year then,
Maybe.
or in 7 years,
Or
6 years.
we could like take a trip up there at some point this summer.
I mean, yeah,
We
we
could just
could.
go up there
But
at
I mean,
some point.
specifically
But-
for fireworks. You
Yeah.
should go next
Yeah,
year.
I thought about it, but
Well, you could go
I
up
had
there
a
and
headache.
imagine.
Up there and
Look at that.
just imagine fireworks.
Yeah.
I could work.
I wouldn't be near as exciting.
I wouldn't.
I can't confirm that they're not as loud when you're like miles and miles away from them.
Who would have
So,
thought?
like, yeah, but I don't know. But you see them go off, and then like 10 seconds later, you're.
Yeah,
And
I
it-
did. Good.
And it really helps you understand why animals think that there are thunderstorms going on. Because when you're far away from them and there's a bunch of them going on, like it really does sound like thunder.
Yeah, I was going to say that. You
Yeah.
mentioned as we were sitting there, I understand why dogs are scared. And yeah, dogs aren't the only ones that are scared of fireworks.
Well, yeah,
all
cats
animals.
are too.
Just a fun
yeah.
fact.
So are people. So am I.
Yep, you're terrified. Yeah,
Yep.
Zeph was huddled up in the corner shaking. He was like, "All these fireworks around us."
I mean, some people are. But,
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure some people are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, other things that have been going on. Toad season has officially begun, where all of the tiny little toadlets are trying to hop into the headquarters for no reason.
Yeah, that's
happens
true.
every year, and I have not stepped on any of them
I'm
to
proud.
my knowledge.
I'm proud.
But I have rescued some from the hallway.
See, you're giving back to the toad community.
There was one in
Also,
Staff Watch like 3 days ago.
oh great, did he get out?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I have finally confirmed the age of the corn snake.
Oh,
And I was kind of shocked by
Wow.
this because my TWRA contact told me that she was, I can't remember if it was, she was 11 years old when he got her,
really?
which was 13 years ago.
Whoa.
That is
Or maybe the other way around. I'm not
Yeah,
quite sure. But
but
she
still,
is 24 years old.
She does not look 24 years old.
Me and that snake are the same age.
Yeah, she's older than me.
That is amazing.
And that is quite old for a corn snake, even in captivity. Like
Yeah.
that. Kind of 30 is kind of like the upper limit usually. So
right, that kind of makes
she's
you
a-
scared to have her here.
Yeah.
Like,
But that makes me even more proud of the great job that she did shedding her skin last week.
Yeah.
So,
Speaking of snakes,
Yeah.
I've got some sad news.
I know.
It's real sad. The other day, we were out walking the range field, and we found a poor black snake that had been killed
Oh no.
by natural causes, we think. I don't know. I didn't look at it.
Okay.
And we think it was Charlie,
Oh,
our range snake.
that is like actually really sad.
I know.
Like, I'm actually sad. I mean, like, I already knew about this because you told me, but I
Yeah.
am sad about it.
So I would like to have this episode in memory
Yes.
of Charlie,
Dedicated to
the range snake. We don't know if it's actually Charlie. It could have just been some other random snake. We don't even know that Charlie was the same one that's coming back every year.
But it's still sad.
Yeah, and ever since we found poor Charlie, we've not seen him since.
Oh,
But it's also not his time. He pops out like once a week,
well.
and it wasn't really his time to pop out. So.
Okay, who knows? But
knows?
still sad. There was another black rat snake that did appear this week, though. That was
Oh, yeah.
It's its
presumably-
replacement.
But this was up
Was it
by a black bear campsite.
Oh,
And it was trying to cross the road over towards the chapel, but there's always people coming by on the trail or on a vehicle or whatever, and it just kept getting scared back and forth.
Mm.
But it finally gave up and crossed back into black. So
Speaking of snakes, I've not seen Dave the pool snake in a little
Oh
bit.
man,
that's
I wonder where Dave is.
that's sad. Maybe
Maybe.
we'll put up a wanted sign or a missing sign.
A wanted
A wanted sign.
Yeah.
Dave.
Wanted for
wanted alive.
Please, preferably.
Please return Dave.
Yeah, but it was a sad discovery. Yeah, something else while we're talking about animals.
Yeah.
So Wednesday, we always open up Cowboy Action to the Cowboys of Camp Davy Crockett
Yeah,
to come and shoot. And this is the first time I've ever seen this. There was a deer, a turkey, and a rabbit standing in the middle of the Cowboy Action range
What?
in a circle
What the heck?
having a meeting. I swear they were literally within like this distance of each other. They weren't like far apart. They
Yeah.
were standing in a circle, and we hadn't started shooting yet,
Yeah.
and we would obviously pushed them out. But me and Jeff were like
Like went up there and pushed them?
No, yeah. Me and Jeff were like, well, let's see what happens because it was still like 30 minutes before class. And so we just kind of sat there and watched them. And they just sat there and grazed and then would like look at each other and then graze some more and then look at each other.
Dang.
And then, the students got there and so we're like, okay, we got to go out there. And so I don't remember.
Did a raccoon show up too?
No, I was really hoping. I was
Okay.
like, Jeff, you watch out. The raccoon's going to come back.
This is the Forest Council.
And so then somebody, one of our students slowly walked out there and was like, ah! And they didn't move. They just sat there and looked at, all three looked over at him like he was stupid. And then just went back to going to what
They were busy discussing important forest matters.
Yeah,
you gotta
they
wait till
were.
their meeting is over.
And so he came back and then like just stood there and I don't know, probably 2 minutes later, they just walked away. All of them in the same direction, literally
Like,
up
actually,
over the hill.
like, you're
Yes.
not making
I'm
this
not
up.
making this up.
Oh my goodness.
It was like we were sitting there and we were like, there is no way that just happened. And yeah, it was fascinating.
What do you know? You see some interesting things here sometimes at
Yeah,
Camp Davy.
I know.
Sometimes, if you listen very closely, you can hear the animals calling to their mothers.
Hey, Ma!
Oh, It's funny. It never gets old.
It's old.
Yeah, it is old.
It is very old.
But not for the people who've never been here before.
That's true.
Which for them, we just ruined the joke. Anyway.
Yeah, but that was my other story that I remember that was fascinating.
Yeah, well, many things have gone on this week, but I think we can come back to week 4 discussion later after we give some interview questions to Christopher here.
Mm-hmm.
So we've already asked you who you are, so I think it's time to ask you how long you have worked on staff, the positions you have had, and like your general scouting history. Oh man, we got 2 copies of this.
Oh,
That's fancy. Don't look at it though.
taking all the notes. This is my 2nd year on staff. Last year, I worked at Frontier Camp. Had me up there. And they also had me teaching animal science merit badge last year. Then towards the end of the year, they certified me for lifeguard so I could help out.
Oh yeah, I remember you teaching animal science because you were like semi kind of technically on shooting sports.
Yes, yeah.
Animal science, the most important shooting sport.
The most important.
Just like
shooting
chess.
sports.
Yeah.
And then this year is just aquatics director.
And a very important job.
Yeah.
Yep.
As we have established. Anyway, what like troop have you been in scouting? And
So,
are you an Eagle Scout?
I am an Eagle Scout.
Wow.
I eagled
We only interview the best.
out of Troop 506 down in Great Smoky Mountain National. That's where I was. Down there, Knoxville area.
Okay.
When we moved up here, my mom started another troop, 960. And now that troop didn't have enough attendance, so it's not really active.
Sad.
Then there's my brother's part of another troop somewhere in Tazewell. I don't know what it is.
Oh,
I don't go there.
Okay. What was your Eagle project?
I built some benches for the church that the
Visible ones?
visible benches.
Okay.
Yes, very visible.
That's good. Don't want to run into them.
Yep. Or fall off them.
True.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, because somebody moved them. Okay, Mr. CJ. What is your favorite campsite and shelter?
Shelter would probably be just the lake shelter. That shelter that's down at the lake. It's pretty nice.
Wait, the lake shelter is at the lake?
What? Who knew?
No, the lake shelter is at the pool and the pool shelter is at the lake.
Ah, see?
Keep them straight.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would be a funny prank.
How would
Switch the shelters.
take the shelters out of the ground and switch them around? Yes.
Yeah, no.
Genius.
Favorite campsite? Probably just be Black Bear. It's the only one I've ever stayed in as a camper.
Oh, so you did stay here as a camper?
At once
Okay.
for a Webelos camp
Oh,
a
okay.
few years ago.
A few years ago. That was like 300 years ago. You're like ancient.
Not as a Weeblo.
No, as a leader.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
As a leader.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few years ago.
Yeah. But the lakefront shelter is certainly an interesting spot. It has many antlion nests
Yes.
in the sand, which are cool to see.
Antlion.
Antlions. Yeah.
What is that?
An
Is
ant
that like a sea lion?
Yep.
That's exactly
It's
what
actually
it is.
it's actually like a larva. I think it turns into a fly when it grows up. But it makes a little like hole in the sand basically, and ants fall into it, and then it eats the ants.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can we fall into it?
No, it's very
No,
small.
they
Okay.
don't get that big.
It is the only shelter on camp that has sand under it.
True.
Yep.
So it's a one of a kind.
Yeah. That makes it the most coarse, rough, and irritating shelter. Okay.
Yeah. You and your hatred of sand.
Yep. Anyway, I forgot that I had to ask the next question. So, what animal would you be if you could become an animal for 2 days? We're changing the question.
2 days.
Yeah, you skipped like 2 questions.
You could go for.
But then maybe they're in a different order on my list.
Oh, okay.
They can't plan anything.
Ah.
Yeah, no,
They
Apparently
got 2
not.
different lists over here.
Yeah.
Probably be. I'm not gonna go generic. I'm gonna go like a hawk.
Oh.
What would you do as a hawk for 2 days?
I'd fly around.
Oh,
See
okay.
everything from above.
Okay, that makes sense. And you would make the eagle sound. It's actually a hawk
Yes.
sound.
No. Can you demonstrate?
No.
No,
Oh, man.
I really,
Come on.
I really
I don't
wanted
even
to.
want-
I saw that about to attempt it face.
Do it for the listeners.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
gonna be so
fine.
good.
Wait. It's just a squaw like that.
That was pretty good. Yeah, that was.
Wait, is there a hawk in here?
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I did think when we went up to the fireworks the other night that I saw a bird, but Zeph informed me that it was a bat. I thought the curse had been lifted. So I've still never seen a bird before.
Birds aren't real.
That's true. Government spies. So speaking of that, what cheers you up on a bad day?
Cheers me up on a bad day.
Yep,
Yeah.
like when you discover the government spying on you through the window.
Through the birds.
Or the birds.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you look over the window and you see
The bird.
with binoculars, like, oh.
No, a bird with binoculars.
Yeah.
So it cheers me up. Swimming always cheers me up. I do enjoy swimming.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I don't.
I can tell.
Yeah, what is this supposed to be?
I've seen you swim like once or twice.
Yeah, well, I mean, I enjoy swimming. I just don't like swimming with people.
Oh, fair enough. We were walking down to the trading post yesterday, went on Thursday on the 4th of July when it was very, very hot outside. And I was walking there to the trading post and passing by the pool. And I was like, man, I really want to get in the pool. Yeah. But I didn't because I didn't have my swimming bridges.
Yep. You should have just went and you should just
jumped over the fence.
No, you should. I'm sure the lifeguards were there teaching their class.
They were.
Yeah, you could have been like official program assistant director of businesses. I've got to get in here and check this water.
Yeah, I could have. But I was going to the trading post to get a root beer float. It was very exciting.
You could have had a Zeph float. If you got into the pool.
Yeah, well, that was one of the things that I wanted to make sure to mention. So I'm just kind of like segueing it in here, you know. But the trading post has officially started selling root beer floats.
Wow.
Which is very, very cool.
That is
very
cool.
exciting. I think they're $2. And it's bad. It's like a little cup, a Bluebell cup of ice cream. They put it into one of the slushy cups and then they fill it up with root beer. It's great.
Wow. And for the 4th, I think they might have a couple more left. They sold Liberty Chill.
They do not have any left.
They do not have any left.
Those sold out in like 2 days.
Yeah, Michelle did confirm to me because I asked her yesterday.
Oh, well.
Because I was going to get one. But then I just got one from a secret source instead. Anyway.
Yeah, the secret source of our fridge. So, CJ, speaking of the trading post and root beer floats and such, what is your favorite snack or candy?
This is a perfect segue.
Yeah.
Snack or candy? It'd probably just be Reese's.
Reese's. Okay, now hold on.
I like Reese's.
Just regular Reese's cups, Reese's Pieces, Reese's.
That's true. There's
Reese's
a lot of
break
Reese's.
apart. Yeah. I mean,
just white chocolate
Reese's Puffs.
Oh, Reese's Puffs. Those are good.
They don't have those in the trading post, do they?
No, but they have them at the dining hall.
They do have them in the dining hall for breakfast. It'd probably just be the original Reese's.
Way to be.
Classic. What we have very opposite.
Mix of peanut butter chocolate.
That's true. Yeah, I think I said my favorite candy was Reese's.
Two great tastes that taste great together.
Yeah,
they do.
Except they sometimes make big Reese's cups, and they do overdo the peanut.
Oh, they overdo the peanut butter. So
like the really big ones, like that's actually a pie.
Those really big ones.
Yeah, that's just.
And the small ones have the same problem with too much chocolate.
Yeah,
you get the small Reese's.
You gotta get the king size normal.
Yeah.
That's the perfect mixture.
Or the like different shaped ones are always good.
Oh
too.
Yeah, that's true. Those always taste just a little bit weird.
Yeah, the Christmas trees are always good. The pumpkins, eggs, all that stuff whenever they come out.
But the like the really big one, I've had them once, and they actually do work pretty well if you like slice it up and serve it as a pie.
Yeah. Are you talking about the ones that they sell at Walmart? That's like the half pound.
I was about to say the ones that they sell at Walmart as a like frozen pie.
Yeah, basically. It's like I got like a 2-pack of them, I think, for like a white elephant at some point. And I started trying to eat one normally, and I was like, no, I'm going to be sick. And so then the second one, I sliced it up.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite candies because I don't know if you knew this. I enjoy milk, and the two best things.
I did not know that.
The two best things with milk is chocolate and peanut butter. And so, it's great. It's my favorite road trip candy.
I never thought about putting peanut butter and milk together.
Well, let me change your life.
Speaking of milk, I bought some milk today.
That's true. You did? A whole gallon of it.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Not for me either. But anyway, I think it's time for the joke and word of the day, brought to you by water. It's good for you.
That's true.
Mr. CJ.
So, took me all of all day to find this joke.
Yeah, that's why I was
All
saying.
day.
All day. Totally did not just. Look
He
it up
researched
before we started
extensively.
here.
All right, give us the best joke we've ever heard.
Imagine you're in a room with no doors or windows. How do you get out?
Oh gosh. You break down the wall, right?
Something about lighting a match.
No, you just stop imagining.
Oh
Ah.
gosh.
Okay.
Man, you actually got me with that one. I was trying to think up all the strategies.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
I still think there's something with a match.
Man, that was quite a clever little riddle
Yeah.
there.
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Maybe we should do like riddle of the day instead.
Maybe.
Ooh,
That'd be
riddle.
cool. Anyway, that was basically both, so it covered our bases. What's our word?
Word of the day. Something I also totally didn't just Google. Is castigate.
Oh,
Oh.
are you going to tell us what it means?
Yeah.
Let's see.
He's got to Google it
I
again.
gotta Google it. What? Let's see.
Well, while we wait, we came
While
up
you
with
wait,
a plethora
here it
of
is. Here it is.
words.
Here, what it
Oh,
means.
okay.
Castigate is a formal word that means to criticize harshly.
Oh, man.
Wow. So use it in a sentence without being mean.
Mm. Mhm, mhm.
He is going to politely castigate.
I feel like that.
Here, give me a sentence too.
Oh.
He was widely castigated for earning millions of dollars in bonuses as the company he was leading sold into insolvency.
What?
That's just what the sentence said
Okay.
that came up with it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So, like, if JD was really mad about the volleyball
Dishes.
team's performance,
He would castigate
He
people.
would castigate
He would
them.
castigate, yes.
That's a pretty good way to explain him normally.
It's always fun to listen to JD castigate things.
Yep.
That's a true sentence.
Yep.
But politely.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, let us return to our list of hard-hitting questions for MJC. That's his name backwards, or his initials backwards. What is your favorite class that you have taken and or teached at Camp Davy Crockett?
Totten? You mean
At
Totten?
Davy
Totten,
Crockett?
yeah. Or elsewhere. But
So
Yeah.
probably my favorite class I've ever taken was welding. Back when I was a scout,
ooh.
I
Did-
took welding and I quite enjoyed it. I enjoyed it to the point that I actually went to trade school for welding.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So that was not at Camp Davy Crockett.
No, that was at Camp Buck Tom's.
Ah. Our neighbor
Shit.
our neighbor to the west.
Yeah,
West,
it's
northwest,
southwest.
southwest.
It's,
Yeah,
it's-
northeast.
Somewhere over
It's out by
there
Knoxville.
in the next
Got
council
highway.
over, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. If you Google it on a map,
Yep.
you will
It's right
find
there.
it. It's
Yeah, I
right
think
there,
it is
whatever that
southwest.
is. Yep.
sure.
Anyway, it's over there somewhere.
Yeah.
So, not that far away.
Yeah, they don't have a podcast, so.
Yeah. So you never know they exist. You know?
Yeah.
Okay. What about classes you have taught?
I've taught both animal science and lifeguard. I think animal science was more enjoyable for me to teach just because it's what I do at home, working on the farm. I didn't really have to do much research or anything for that class because I knew it from living on a farm.
Those old
Lifeguarding is fun, but I think animal science is my favorite.
I've been hearing a rumor that you will be teaching animal science again at winter camp.
Ooh.
That will either be me or my mother. Yes,
Yes,
one of us will be. doing that.
or both.
That's always one of the ones that's like a class that fills up quickly.
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
So if you're interested in animal science, and there's a chance that you get to milk a real life goat.
Yeah,
There
well,
it
there's
is.
also the dairy farming Crockett badge.
Yeah,
and that
so
will be also available.
and that one's one that all those fill up
Yeah.
really quick because it's a cool program. And what's the cow's name that always comes here?
Unfortunately, we no longer have.
No.
Oh,
But her name was Betsy.
that's so sad. Well, she would get loose.
What?
She would get loose.
She would get loose and
She
just
did-
wander camp.
Yeah, she would just wander all over camp.
And so,
Unfortunately, it's not too hard to keep track of her.
yeah, I think my favorite story of her was that Carrie, one of our scout leaders,
Yeah.
walked in the dining hall and was like, "Is there supposed to be a cow outside?" It was just she was just standing in the parking lot, greeting
Yeah.
people as they walked in.
That'd be Betsy.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
Oh my. Well, the winter camp registration is going to open up in the semi-near future, and I can confirm that the class schedule is starting to come into shape, and it's looking pretty interesting.
That's fascinating. This is good.
I've been working on it myself because I am the incoming program director.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is going to be your first event as the program director.
It is.
And if it's terrible, it's all your fault.
Yep.
That's true. So make sure that you blame me for all of your problems on January 17th to 20th, 2025.
Even if they're not camp related.
Yeah.
All of them.
Everything, no matter what.
But yeah, I've been working on the schedules for winter camp and for summer camp 2025. Which is it's kind of crazy. It's kind of exciting. It's kind of scary. But JD sent me the spreadsheet, and I opened it up on my computer. And I was like, "Oh my goodness!"
You closed it.
Yep. I ran away and I quit. But it was kind of it's kind of crazy thinking like the future is I'm controlling the future. It's at my fingertips right now. I just have to type in a word and boom, that class is going to be taught.
Or just delete it.
Yeah.
It's like Thanos. Just snap and half the classes are gone.
All the power. No, I mean, not really. Like, Dale would have to approve.
Yeah.
But,
Yep.
But I basically have the power.
If you want Zeph's phone number for all the complaints that you have, here it is right now.
But you can leave an email to campdavychronicles@gmail.com, and I will see it.
Yep, except we won't respond if it's a complaint.
Unless it's like something reasonable that we can address.
Yep.
Yeah, but don't just like complain for no reason about stupid stuff.
Yeah.
But you can also...
I stubbed my toe on January 14th, and it really hurt.
But you could also leave like, positive comments and suggestions and things that like if there's a class that you want to see at summer camp in the future. Yeah. You could let me know.
Like I stubbed my toe and tripped over and saw a $20 bill under the couch.
That would be...
And it was really good.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that was a class suggestion. I was like, that would be really specific.
A very specific class.
I would go to first aid class maybe, but for toe stubbings. Anyway.
First aid will take care of all your toe stubbings.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will.
Oh, okay. So our next question, Mr. Moore, is what is a favorite camp story?
This is my favorite part of the episode.
It is. It's one of my favorite parts as well.
Camp story probably be back. Can't remember what year. It was back when I was with 506, my old troop. We'd gone to. They've got their own like farm they go to for their own camps that they run.
That's cool.
Just the troop, and they let the younger brother of the then SPL, I think his name was Nick. They let him make the drink mix for that week.
Oh, that's always a bad idea.
It was a very bad idea because he mixed about 50-50 to the Kool-Aid powder to water. It was very strong.
Yeah.
You run cars on it and stuff.
Yeah, it's not good Kool-Aid if it's not dyeing your mouth
purple.
The wrong color.
It was grape Kool-Aid too.
Yeah.
Well, it was grape Kool-Aid.
Oh, man.
It was. Yeah.
Well, why do you even have that to begin with?
I think I've told the story on the podcast of like our troop when we were coming up in the scouting program. That on that Sunday or that Saturday, that evening, we would always take whatever was left of the Kool-Aids and just dump it in one thing.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, you remember that though, right?
Not really.
Well, you probably just killed a brain cell or something.
Or I probably just avoided it and drank water like a smart person.
Yeah, well, we did that, and it was always terrible. It always ended up like brown.
Yeah, it would do that.
Yeah.
Well,
we still have water coolers that are stained different colors.
Not surprised.
Well, do you have any stories from Camp Davy Crockett?
Staff.
I mean, or as a Weeblos camp leader, maybe, I don't know. But probably as staff. And like, not to put you on the spot if you didn't think of anything. But
I know, man.
I mean, like, we have talked about things already. So we've already.
Nothing in particular.
From winter camps.
Yeah, we did break. Me and Clayton broke CJ's trailer.
Uh-oh.
You did do that.
Yeah.
That did happen.
Wait, like, was it serious?
It was the last year of animal science. Can't remember what y'all were. Y'all getting it off the truck?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all were getting it off the truck. And the way my trailer hitch gets off is kind of hard to do because it broke and I never fixed it right.
Yeah, so it was his fault.
Yeah, totally my fault. Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, they just screwed it up.
We just broke it more.
the way it was coming off the truck, they didn't put chocks in the wheels. So when they took it off the truck, it started rolling forward and just fell flat on the ground.
Oh dear.
We ended up we had to put you, Clayton, and like 5 other people on the back of the trailer to get it up high enough.
Yeah, because it was a big.
So we could get it back on the jack.
Yeah, it was a like cattle trailer.
Yeah, it was a big old.
And then the tongue was like bent straight.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was it's a big, giant trailer.
So did Hayden pay for a new one?
Nope.
No, he did not.
I still never. I'll get that check to you sometime.
Yeah, totally.
Anyways, moving on.
How about like lifeguard training, either on the receiving end or the administering end? What is your like favorite part about like lifeguard training? Like,
so probably the best part about it is seeing people succeed in something that they didn't think they could succeed in.
Mm-hmm.
There are some people that come into this thinking, I cannot pass this class, and they end up passing it. That's a really good one. Probably my personal favorite part would be I want to make sure I get this phrasing right because they changed it. It is now take a breath, tuck your chin, push away. If anyone remembers the old acronym, I'm not going to say it because we're not supposed to. But it's basically training for getting away from someone who is, trying to drown you.
Yeah.
That is important.
And in the training, I am the one that I basically come up behind them, put my arm over their neck and take them under, and they have to get out of it.
Wow.
That's always kind of fun.
Yeah, because I don't know if you know this. When someone is drowning, they're trying to survive.
Yeah, they're trying to survive.
So they're beating. They're kind of like
they'll see something and be like, oh, that thing's floating, and just push it under to keep themselves up. And
what jerks?
What jerks are trying to live.
It's not like they're in a life or death instinct moment.
What selfish people.
That is something to be very aware of when you're trying to save somebody's life.
Yeah.
You have to keep both of you safe.
Don't turn one victim into 2.
Yep. Good principles of life saving. You know, I do have the life saving merit badge, so I'm basically an expert.
I don't think I do.
I mean, yeah, that was like 10 years ago.
You probably have it.
Is it Eagle required?
It is.
Well,
life saving.
It's interchangeable with emergency preparedness.
Oh, no, I definitely got emergency
preparedness. You only need one of them.
Okay.
Yeah. But I did it like 10 years ago, so like it's not exactly fresh. But I feel like I could probably still rescue someone if they were like, 20 pounds.
Yeah. I remember specifically going down there to help with buddy checks one week.
Wow.
And I told them that if something happened, I was going to point it out, but I'm not jumping in that pool. And so just always know if I'm down there at the pool, I'm not saving it.
He will gladly point out your problem to a trained lifeguard who will help you.
Yeah.
No, if it came down to it, I would save you, but it's not going to be quick.
So you said you could save someone that's probably like 20 pounds.
Yeah,
you could go in and save Dan.
Yeah, that's
Dan,
true.
The dive brick.
The brick. I could save Dan.
Do you know the lore behind Dan?
I do not.
Okay, neither do I. I was just
I know the lore behind something else. That lore is not safe.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's move on.
But no, I always, because I meant to ask Caleb this, and I meant to ask like anyone else that was in aquatics this, and I've never asked because there's supposedly a story of Dan.
Why he's named Dan?
Yeah.
Oh.
I will have to ask them.
Yeah,
because they have not told me yet.
I keep meaning to ask around.
Maybe it is named after Dan Beard, the famous outdoorsman who helped to establish the BSA.
Yeah, I doubt it. I think it's just because it rhymes with dive. Or at least it's two starting letters.
Maybe it has something to do with the tale that they tell whenever they go to save Dan. They say, "This is my friend Dan. He is a non-swimmer with no legs who jumped in the deep end." So maybe it is a Lieutenant Dan reference.
Well, maybe.
Forrest Gump.
Who knows?
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Anyway.
As the aquatics director, why don't you change that? Why don't you change the name?
Change his name to Dale.
Yeah.
Dale. Go save Dale quickly.
Diving for Dale.
Well, you don't have to. I mean, it could be something else.
Yeah, don't actually name it Dale.
It could be like Denise. Diving for Denise.
Diving for Denise. It doesn't have to be a D name either. It could just be any name.
Diving for Ryan.
Yeah.
Diving for Ryan.
Yeah, or you could expand on Dan and say Danielle.
Could do that.
No, maybe be outrageous or not outrageous, because be spontaneous. Sure.
Yeah, might as well. Anyway, we had another guest at some point on this podcast, and his name was Camden.
Wow.
And he asked you a question. He didn't know it was you, but he asked our next guest a question. And the question is, what could you do to be better as a person? Okay. I think he said, like, make yourself better. Like, he didn't phrase it in a mean way.
Yeah.
But, yeah, just anything that you could, like, do to improve yourself.
Yeah, specifically with camp staff. Like, try to narrow it down just a hair.
Or just, whatever you think that you're terrible at. I know it's a hard hitting.
Yeah, I don't know what I would say. Maybe like ride a bike better. I feel like I would be a better person if I could ride a bike better.
I would probably say like exercise more.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
Pretty basic, maybe.
Going up. Just exercise more.
Yeah, there you go.
Be better fit for my position.
Yeah. We could all exercise more.
Yeah,
we should start a club.
Camp Davy Fitness.
Start a fitness club.
Yeah. Every 6th Tuesday of the summer.
Every 6th Tuesday.
So once per year.
We'll come out here and we'll work out for the recommended 60 minutes a day. And then we'll go back to our lives. Sounds like a good plan to me.
It does.
So you say that you answered the question from the previous guest. Now you have to ask our next guest a question.
Yeah. And it could be serious or it could be fun. Either one. Or both.
Yeah.
I mean,
seriously fun.
Yeah. Or funly serious.
Yeah.
I think I'd ask, if you could hold a different position on camp staff, what would it be?
Oh.
And why?
Oh,
see, you got to add the and why.
And why. That is a pretty good question.
Okay, now you have to answer.
Yeah.
If I could hold a different position, it'd probably end up being ranger. It'd be that,
like the Ranger?
Like one of the Rangers.
Ranger,
One of the Rangers, not the Ranger. We got two of them. Wide probably seems similar enough to what I do on the farm. Is you kind of you never know what you're doing each day. Each day's different.
Yeah.
You're not doing the same things over and over and over again every day.
It would never get boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I was going to do a different job, it would be either that, quartermaster, or scoutcraft. Either one of those three.
Great quartermaster.
I feel like I would do a job.
Yeah, you would do a passable. You would get a passing grade. I said like rangering, like you wouldn't do, or you said you wouldn't always do the same thing. I said like it wouldn't get boring, but you do have to mow a lot.
I love to mow.
No, Caleb can keep doing that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind mowing either.
I mow in the off season. I don't mow as much as Caleb, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mow a lot, like around here. Oh man, that is the best time ever. That's when I listen to all my podcasts and everything. Mowing is the best. I hate weeding, but mowing is the great.
Well, anyway. Oh, I guess I was trying to think of my answer. And I would say ecology director because I did enjoy doing that.
But you already did that.
Yeah, I already did it, and I basically still am this year because we didn't get one.
Yeah.
So, it's something I haven't done. That's interesting.
You should say range or shooting sports.
Shooting sports.
Yeah, just because.
I mean, I would kind of say I would almost want to say lifeguard, like pool. Because I do enjoy.
That's what everybody wants to do. So don't.
Yeah, but I've always specifically avoided being even anything remotely close to lifeguard trained because I don't want to. You don't want
You want to be like them?
No, I mean, like, not to be mean, but like, I don't really want to be able to help. That's cool.
Yeah, there's
like those busy weeks of open swim where we're calling for backup left, right, and center.
Yeah, there are a lot of extra duties that lifeguards have to help with, and I mean, I'm just kind of okay with not doing them. But it would be nice to like hang around the pool more often and be able to jump in when I wanted to when it was really hot.
Right.
So
yeah. Cool. Anyways, moving on to whatever you were saying.
Oh, I don't know what I was saying. I mean, we're done with our questions, so.
Oh.
Did I have anything else on my list of things to mention for week 4? Oh, I did have a note from last week's episode with Zeph on the word of the day, vinculum, that he brought us. And he said that it was not an anatomical term, but it was a mathematical term. Well, when I looked it up, it turns out it's actually both. And the anatomical definition is a type of connective tissue. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that is it is a connective tissue between numbers.
Yeah, it's both. It's quite a word that you can use for a lot of things.
Yeah. So while we're talking about words, my thought of the day revolves around words. Okay, so I'm going to start with a stupid one, and then we'll move into a more serious one. Okay. Unless you want to do quotes first.
Oh, I didn't bring any.
Quotes. Unless you want to do thought of the day first. So, in the word "be," the two E's are silent.
I mean, kind of not, but also kind of yes.
Nope, they are completely silent. B. Can you say the word "be" including the E's?
B.
So from now on, you need to pronounce it like that.
But if
no, you need to be like BEE.
We got bass. You just sound like a sheep.
Or you could pronounce it without the B's and just say b. It's a b.
We got a buh.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, we're having a buh problem.
Yeah.
We got a buh problem.
Beekeeper. Beekeeper.
Well, see, that in like the word beekeeper, I feel like you are saying these.
You are in the regular word too.
Yeah, you are.
So then that brought me to an important question, because then I Googled about the bee thing.
Yeah.
And then it brought me to an even scarier question.
Oh, no.
Which needs to be answered here on the Camp David Chronicles. And as you, as the resident English expert.
Okay.
In the word scent.
Which one?
SCENT.
Okay.
Is the S or C silent?
That's a really, really good question.
That is a very good question.
I am going to guess, based on my deep reserves of etymological know-how. I don't know. But probably the C.
Wrong.
Is it really?
No,
I
just wanted to tell you wrong. I've been sitting here this whole time waiting on you to say an answer, so I can tell you wrong.
I mean, yeah, I really don't know, but I feel I'm leaning towards the C. If ever,
well, then I'm going to go for the S.
Yeah,
just because.
Well, I feel like if there's one of them that used to be pronounced and now isn't, it probably would be the C.
Yeah,
like maybe it was skent.
Skent.
I mean, you
That's
never
a good one.
I just feel like some of these letters in these words are getting left out.
Yeah,
and we need to we
need to
the nice ones and include all the letters. So if you're ever talking about a bad skint, then
well, if you want to include all the letters, you could just read Greek.
Yep, well, maybe you
could. Or Middle English.
Yep. What about
most letters?
Not Middle English? I don't know. I was going to make a joke.
Because we've got lots of silent letters now that didn't used to be silent.
No.
We stopped pronouncing them because we got lazier.
Yep.
I mean, like, basically that has actually happened. But, I mean, that's just a general rule of languages is they get simpler over time. So, yeah.
If you say so.
Yep, pretty much. But now I'm going to have to look into the origin of the word scent.
Skint.
Skint. And maybe I'll let you know in the next episode.
If you say skint, you leave out the E.
What? No, you don't.
Ski.
No, it's a short E.
No, it's a long E.
Give me a long E.
I successfully have sung the milk song right twice and wrong twice.
That's true.
So I'm 50-50.
Let's see if you can
now you need to do it wrong once more. Right once more.
Or do it, or just do it right always.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get a passing grade, not a failing grade on this.
Nah, you're fine.
Mr. CJ, do you have any wise words of wisdom to leave us with?
Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta say something. If you were to have a scout coming up to you that had never been to camp before, and he was like, "I want to go to camp next year," what would you tell him?
No, I'm joking.
Don't come. It would probably be, do it. It's fun. We're good people here.
Yeah. That should be like on a slogan. Do it. It's fun. We're good people here.
I feel like it's a little bit too vague to have as a slogan, but I don't know.
Nah. Put it on a t-shirt.
Put it on a t-shirt.
The land of the good people.
Yep.
Camp David Crockett.
Home of Dale, land of the good people.
We should make a t-shirt that says Camp Davy Fun so that JD gets mad. Okay.
Yeah.
We should.
JD, if you're listening, close your ears. We should definitely do that.
Yeah. We did get one this year that says fun mode on.
It does.
Which is close. It's like halfway there.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Camp Davy Fun, CJ, it's been fun having you here. And as always, it's a great day to be a scout at Camp Davy Fun.
Bye.
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 Camp Davy Chronicles. It's a